Hello everyone, my name is Prima Culata number 23. Have you ever watched Zootopia movie? Yes. Today I will presenting the analysis of intercultural communication in the animated Zootopia. These movies show how different groups represented by predators and prey communication misunderstand each other and deal with stereotypes and power. By looking at communication style, cultural identity, and social context, we can learn better how intercultural conflict happen and how they can reduce. First, I will analyze intercultural communication in the animated film Zootopia. The movie used predators and prey to represent different cultural and social groups. Through their interaction, the movie shows how communication style, stereotype, cultural identity, power dynamic, and cultural context can lead to misunderstanding and conflict. This analysis helps us to understand the real-life intercultural communication issues in the simple and relatable way. In the second slide, I will cover 5 main ideas. First, I will discuss communication style and how difference in speaking and behavior causes misunderstanding. Next, I will explain stereotypes and their impact on interaction. Then, I will talk about cultural identity and how it shapes communication. After that, I will examine power dynamic. And finally, I will explain the role of cultural context in Zootopia. After looking at communication style in general, we can see clear differences how characters speak. Judy uses fast and polite language, which reflect her optimism. Nick speaks in a relaxed and sarcastic way, often to protect himself, while Major Lionheart uses formal and authoritative language, showing his position of power. This different speaking style affect how characters understand and respond to each other. Besides verbal communication, Zootopia also shows differences in nonverbal communication. In the DMV scene, the sloth communicates very slowly through their movement and expression. Judy interprets this as intentional delay, which causes frustration. This scene shows how different nonverbal communication styles can easily lead to misunderstanding. As Judy continues working in the cities, she experiences cultural shock. Coming from the small town, she is not used to the strict hierarchy and direct communication in the police department. Interaction with Chief Bugo and Mayor Lionheart feel unfamiliar to her. This shows how entering a new cultural and institutional environment can create communication difficult. After discussing communication difference, the film shows how stereotypes shape this interaction. In Zootopia, predators and prey represent different cultural groups. Before characters even speak, they are judged based on these labels. Characters are commonly seen as dangerous, while prey are viewed as weak and innocent. These stereotypes strongly influence trust and communication. Next, because of these stereotypes, predators face constant suspicion. Characters like Nick are judged not by their action but by fear. Mayor Lionheart leadership reflects society anxiety toward predators. The media spread these fears, which deepens misunderstanding and social division. While predators are feared, prey are often seen as harmless and innocent. This gives prey social sympathy and moral authority. Because of this, their voices are more easily trusted. This assumption shapes how society responds to conflict. Next, however, the films also show that stereotypes can be challenging. Nick provides that predators are not actually untrustworthy. Judy admits her own bias, breaking the idea that prey are always morally right. At the same time, bellwethers show how the harmless sheep stereotype can be more manipulative. Next, the stereotype gradually shaped cultural identity. In Zootopia, identity is based on whether someone is a predator or prey. This identity influences how characters see themselves and how others treat them. It plays an important role in communication and conflict. In Judy's identity struggle, she sees herself as a small town prey trying to success in a big city. Her identity makes her optimist but also cautious around predator. At first time, she believed some stereotypes. Over time, she learned to grow beyond this limit. How about Nick? Nick's identity is shaped by long-term discrimination. Because of this, he used sarcasm and emotionally distant stereotype pushing him to expect rejection. His identity changed when he experienced trust and acceptance. This identity can be explained using Hofstede's dimension. Judy showing low power distance and strong individualism. She believed effort can overcome social limit. Leaders like P. Lionheart represent high power distance. Okay, let's move to power dynamic overview. Cultural identity is closely connected to power. In Zootopia, power exists in political and institutional structure. Some groups have more authority and influence than others. This affects how communication happens. I will give you one example. Chef Bogo holds institutional authority. Judy starts with very little power due to her size and identity. This shows inequality within the system. Beyond institutional, social power also matters. Prey make up most the population. They influence public opinion and politics. As prey grow, predators become marginalized. This power difference affects communication outcome. Judy's statement in public impressed fear toward predators. Bellwether used this fear to gain control, while the predator's voice are ignored. All of this happened within a specific cultural context. Zootopia is a diverse city with a history of fear and tension. Past conflict shape how group interaction. Communication reflect this background. And the last slide is explain that past cultural fears make predators look dangerous. And the last slide is explain that past cultural fears make predators look dangerous, even they are not. Because of this fear, communication becomes biased and unfair. Some leaders take advantage of this situation to control others. The films show that understanding cultural differences and history is important to reduce conflict and improve communication. So, in conclusion, Zootopia clearly shows how intercultural communication works in a diverse society. Difference in communication style, stereotypes, and cultural identities often lead to misunderstanding and conflict. Power dynamic and leadership strongly influence whose voices are heard and trusted. The films also highlight how cultural history and fear shape communication. Overall, Zootopia teaches us that intercultural understanding, self-awareness, and empathy are essential to reducing conflict. So, thank you for listening. Through Zootopia, we can also that communication across cultures is not also about language, but is also about identity, power, and context. So, understanding these differences can make us communicate more effectively in real life.